Hey there everyone, welcome back to my coverage of the 2022 USBCs as we're following the Spector team in their semifinal match going up against the Rosenthal team. It is currently 1:30 in the morning, but I have a busy day tomorrow, so I wanted to record this tonight so that I can post it and keep out with my one segment per day that I've been putting up. So you guys get a treat. I've recorded twice today and I'm a little tired, but hopefully we can make it through. Let's jump into the hands for the 7th segment. And I'll try and remember to turn my camera on when we get to the action. Now here is the scorecard, and I checked. The Spector team is ahead 58 imps going into the second to last segment, so there's 2 more segments of play. It looks like they play 15 boards a segment, so 30 boards to go, about 2 imps per board. That's getting to the point where we want to be thinking about adjusting our strategy if we're the Rosenthal team. So we might be taking some unusual actions on a couple of hands, and this is just a way that experts try and make up a bit of a difference, because if you're just doing the same thing as the opponents at the other table, then you're not going to be winning very many imps back in general. So taking a look at the scorecard, the segment was split, 35 imps to 35 imps. I see a lot of large swings later in the segment. There are a few game swings. There's a slam swing on board 42. All of these do look like they could be interesting deals. Board 39, of course, where we get a different lead. It's declared from a different side. Board 41, where one pair overreached to a small slam and it didn't make. But I'm kind of curious about board 38, because the no trump was declared from different sides. So let's check out that board first, and there we go. I am right in here following the action along with you guys. Okay, so for the Spector team, in second seat we have Warren Spector opening 2 clubs with the south hand. I think this opening bid choice depends a lot on what South wants to rebid, because if we open 2 clubs, we expect partner to respond 2 diamonds, and if we plan to rebid 3 diamonds, we may already have wrong-sided the contract. That is possible, because as the very strong hand, we want to be the one declaring. Leads can come into our ace-10 of hearts, leads can come into our queen-10 of spades, and that could be very helpful to us. But if we decide to treat this hand as a balanced hand, where we plan to open some number of no trump or show a balanced hand with a certain amount of high card points, then I like the 2 club opening bid, because this hand is just way too strong to open 2 no trump. That would show 20 to 21, probably, depending on their agreements. And even though this is 21 high card points, ace, king, queen, 6th, a bunch of aces, 2 10s, all good honors, other than maybe the queen of spades, arguably. This hand's just way too strong for a 2 no trump opener, so I do like the choice to open 2 clubs and rebid 2 no, if that's how you want to treat this hand. The alternative, I think, is to open the hand 1 diamond, and for the most part, especially if you and your partner are going to be responding fairly light to your opening bids, there's not a whole lot of downside to opening this hand 1 diamond. Especially at this vulnerability where we're white and the opponents are red. If they come into the auction, we might just be able to double them and collect 800 against our game, for example. So, if we open a diamond, our next plan is to jump shift to 3 clubs to show artificial game force, and then we'll rebid some number of diamonds. That may take us a little high, and we won't be able to necessarily show our single-suited hand in diamonds, or the fact that we are somewhat balanced on this auction. So all in all, I think I like the decision by South here to open 2 clubs and rebid 2 no trump. And North must be having a field day when he hears the 2 club opening bid. He has 13 high card points. He basically already knows that they're in slam territory, and he's probably going to want to bid keycard at some point in this auction, because it's going to be very hard for North to convey to his partner that he has 13 high card points. You don't really want to bid 2 no trump and steal the no trump from your partner, even if that may show something in the way of high cards or controls. So I like North's decision to bid 2 diamonds. If his partner has a major suit fit, we can establish a game force at the 3 level, and then start Q bidding, maybe even invoke a serious slam try. So South elects to bid 2 no trump, probably showing about 22 to 24 high card points, and North bids 4 clubs, which gets alerted as optional key card and diamonds. So what this means is that North is both asking South whether or not he likes diamonds for the potential of playing a slam, and if South does like diamonds, he's expected to respond with key cards. If South does not like diamonds, he's going to be expected to sign off, probably in 4 no trump. 4 hearts shows 0 or 3. We see South has 3 key cards. 4 spades is asking for the diamond queen, which is a bit interesting to me. So North now knows that they're off 1 key card, and with 13 high card points opposite what we would consider as a minimum of 22, being off 1 key card, they could be at most off the king, queen of diamonds. That would be 5 high card points. I mean, we're counting 35 highs between the 2 hands, right? Am I miscounting this somehow? Oh, South only has 20 high card points. Oh, that's exciting. Nonetheless, I think everything I've said still applies. South's hand is definitely still way too strong to open just 2 no trump. But, okay, so North is giving his partner a little bit of leeway on this auction to say that he's off the queen of diamonds and a key card. Even if South is off the queen of diamonds and a key card, I would still expect 6 no trump to be the final contract. I mean, South, for all North knows, could have ace, king, queen, 6th of clubs, and then the jack doubleton will really solidify the club suit for 6 tricks. So it's a little strange to me that North, once finding out that we have 1 key card missing, still wants to explore for either signing off or maybe a grand slam. But okay, North asks for the diamond queen, South bids 5 clubs, showing the diamond queen and club king, and North now signs off in 6 no trump. So we get there. For the defense, I guess let's just count Declare's tricks and see if this hand's going to be over quickly. We have 6 diamonds, 3 hearts, and 2 hearts, 3 spades, and at least 1 club. So yeah, it looks like a fast 12 tricks. On these kinds of auctions where the opponents haven't really conveyed anything, as West, I would tend to look for some sort of lead directing bid opportunities that my partner could have made. So partner could have made a lead directing bid in double of clubs. Partner could have made a lead directing double of spades. I would probably lead heart. That way, if partner does happen to have the ace of hearts, maybe we put Declare to a guess at trick 1. But I think it would be very unusual for the opponents to not be making this contract. West does lead a heart, and Declare knocks out the ace of clubs and claims 12 tricks. Alright, so taking a look at the other table, let's see what all happened. Ah yes, we have our precision pair over here, and South opens a club, precision. He just absolutely has to. There's no alternative in their system to opening 1 club with this hand. North bids 2 no trump, showing 14 to 15 balance. I'm not that familiar with their system, but North has 13, and it's a really rotten 13. Yes, the ace, king, king are nice controls, but 3 jacks are not good cards. Our long suit is one of our weakest suits, jack 10, 9, 5th. It's not as if we have ace, king, 5th of spades as our 5-card suit, which could easily provide 5 tricks in a no trump contract. Jack 10, 9, 5th, opposite a small doubleton or queen doubleton might easily provide 0 tricks in a no-trump contract as they knock out our stoppers in the other suits first. So I don't like the concept of upgrading this hand to 14 to 15, but as I mentioned at the beginning, North-South have to start taking some risks, although I would kind of counteract that with the fact that systemically, because they know the opponents at the other table are playing 2/1, their precision system is already going to be causing certain swings in auctions. So there's not a whole lot of reason to also lie to your partner systemically when you're already doing something that the other table is not going to be doing. You might have already won this board by opening at a club. That's possible. And that's what you're hoping for. You just need different things to be happening at both tables so that you have a chance to either get lucky, or maybe the opponents at the other table have made a mistake, and then you can get back into the match. Because, like I said, 2 umps a board is an enormous margin to pick up over 30 deals. But, alright, North elects to bid 2 no-trump, and South bids 4 diamonds, key card and diamonds. At this point, I'm sure North is very happy with the way the auction's gone. I mean, now that they have a huge diamond fit, he's pretty excited. North shows 1 or 4, and South bids 6 no-trump. So North is declaring this time. From East perspective, it's hard to say what to do. We don't really have any good opportunities for partner to have made a lead directing double in this kind of auction, so East is kind of on his own. After a keycard bid, the opponents really shouldn't be off 2 keycards, so we can expect our partner doesn't have an ace. If partner could have held an ace on this auction, like if it went 1 club, 2 no, 6 no, something like that, I might lay down the ace of clubs at trick 1, hoping for partner to signal in case they had the second ace. But in this scenario, maybe our best chance is to lead a low club and hope declare misguesses. Maybe our chance is to go passive with a heart and hope they don't have enough tricks. Let's see what he does. He likes to just lead the ace of clubs. Maybe he's still thinking that it could be beneficial to stay on the lead against this contract. If I need to switch to a heart or spade, partner will signal. But after this lead, declare is able to just claim 12 tricks and a push forward. Okay, jumping back to the scorecard, let's take a look at one of these larger swings towards the end of the match. Or towards the end of the segment, at least. We have... It's always funny to see on a scorecard when the same contract is bid twice in a row, especially if you went down in the first one. So boards 41 and 42 jump out to me, where you bid to 6 diamonds and it goes down, and then the very next hand you bid to 6 diamonds again. Let's take a look at that hand. So in the open room, the Spector team has South opening a diamond in second seat. Here, South has 21 highs, but this hand we don't really want to treat as balanced. Our singleton spade is just the jack, and having 4-4-4-1 or 1-4-4-4 distribution, we really want to be searching for 4-4 fits if we can find them. So opening something like 2 clubs, planning to rebid 2 no trump, or just opening 2 no trump is not really aiding us in either of those goals. And it's going to be more beneficial to try and find a heart fit, or a club fit, or a diamond fit if we start by opening a diamond. So I like the choice of 1 diamond by South. West is nowhere near good enough to overcall 1 heart, just 4 high card points, despite the singleton diamond. Partner's a passed hand, they're vulnerable, and we've already seen that this East-West pair likes to be fairly conservative in their overcalls throughout. North responds a spade. That makes a lot of sense. And South reverses into 2 hearts. I think that is quite reasonable. It is still possible that North has 5 spades and 4 hearts, in which case this will allow us to find a heart fit. So I think that's probably the only reasonable choice for South. Some people might think that jump shifting to 3 clubs to immediately get our game force off our hand is sensible as well, but you could easily miss out on a 4-4 heart fit that way, so I like the 2 heart bid. North bids 3 diamonds, and I suspect that they probably play some sort of Lebensal type 2 no trump in this position, so this is alerted as game forcing with a diamond fit. South bids 4 clubs, which I don't know how they might treat that. It looks to me like South was just trying to make what looked like a very clear slam try, although I think 4 diamonds also would be a clear slam try. But I feel like South probably should have started with 3 hearts to really emphasize the extra strength in hearts. And when his partner did something like bid 3 no trump, if his partner did that, he could then bid 4 clubs to say, no, I really am interested in the slam and diamonds, I was just emphasizing hearts first. But 4 clubs is definitely a very clear slam try in diamonds. North bids 4 hearts, it's key card for diamonds. This makes some sense. North has control in clubs, the only unbid suit, and he's kind of just missing key cards. I mean, the Jack third of hearts is not great, but I also suspect North doesn't have a great alternative systemically. I imagine that North could have done something like bid 4 diamonds to ask his partner to bid key card, which I kind of like that idea if that's what their agreement is, because North's whole hand is just the ace-king of diamonds. Yes, there's the singleton club, that's useful. The king of spades, maybe not such a high-value card. But outside of the singleton club, North really doesn't have all that much extra, and so when he shows both of those cards via key card, he should be fairly confident his partner can place the contract pretty well. But okay, South shows 2 with the queen, 2 aces and the queen of diamonds, and North says, good enough for me, we're off 1 key card, let's play in a slam. I guess I would say this is a little ambitious from North, but maybe not a ton. South could of course have the club king to discard heart loser. North's Jack third of hearts really doesn't look great on this auction, so I am a little surprised that he went this overboard on the deal. But South could of course have a 5-card diamond suit, and in fact, maybe that's part of the reasoning here, that South is expected to have a 5-card diamond suit because he reversed. 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts. This 4-4-4-1 shape is quite unusual. It's possible, it can happen. We see it here. This is South's most logical way to bid his hand, but more often South is just going to have 17 or 18 count with 5 or more diamonds and 4-card hearts. So, yeah, North, I guess, took a gamble. Maybe part of the thought process is that stopping in exactly 5 diamonds really doesn't feel like the right thing to do, given the state of the match, where we are so far ahead. If the opponents do find their diamond fit, then they probably will force on to slam, so maybe we can just push the board by being in slam as well. So taking a look at the prospects for the defense, I think anything but a heart seems a little strange to me from West. Well, now that I'm looking at it, maybe a club makes some sense. Because a club is the only unbid suit, technically. We still don't really know what this 4-club bid was from South, but it is never going to be described as natural. This is always neither opponent has bid clubs. North had showed spades and diamonds, South had showed diamonds and hearts. So 4 clubs, even if South has a club suit, would never be natural looking for a fit with his partner. And therefore, that's why we say clubs is the only unbid suit on this auction. So maybe West should think about leading a club in the hopes that his partner has, say, the king, queen of clubs, they can knock out a club trick, and then when he gets in with the ace of spades, he'll be able to cash a club. That's a possibility. The secondary consideration is that North-South's hearts might look something like this. And if we lead a heart, then our partner will now be void in hearts. And if the opponents don't quickly pull trumps, like if they need to, for example, first lead a spade up to the king, as they might in this scenario, then we can win the ace and give partner a heart ruff. So leading a heart would kind of reduce Declare's options in the play, although there's no real concrete vision that I see towards getting a second trick. It would just be a little hopeful that by reducing Declare's options, we will then be able to maybe get in with the ace of spades and give partner a heart ruff. So let's just see what West does. He leads a club. I think this is a very reasonable choice. Unfortunately, this is going to be a disaster on this hand, but it's hard to blame him. So now from just Declare's perspective, he sees the club lead, gives up all the clubs. He'll just need to ruff one of them in the dummy. The Jack of Hearts fills in his heart suit nicely, so all he needs to do is ruff a club and pull 4 rounds of trump, and then he can give up a spade in the end for his 12 tricks. I imagine there has to be some sort of safest way to go about this. Maybe we win the club and play ace-king of diamonds and a diamond to the queen first in case they split 3-2, but let's just see what Declare does. He plays the ace of diamonds, the king of diamonds, diamond to the queen, and now that the diamonds don't split, we do need a little help. The club ruff needs to survive, and a heart to the ace needs to survive, and now that's 12 tricks for Declare. So had West elected to lead a heart, I think Declare would easily have gone down on this deal. It's still makeable double dummy, but Declare would absolutely need to cross to dummy and take a club finesse, or win the opening heart lead with the jack and take a club finesse, and do the same thing that he did on this hand already. Then he could ruff his club small, play 4 rounds of trump ending in hand, run the hearts and clubs, everything would be nice. But it seems much more likely that after a heart lead, Declare may try and lead a spade up towards the king for an extra trick. He might try and play ace-king of clubs and ruff a club, and then cross back in hearts again to ruff a second club. There are a number of possibilities, and I think for practical purposes, Declare would probably go down after that lead. But West had a tough choice and went with the unbid suit. Let's see what happened at the other table. At this table, once again, precision 1 club by South. These precision 1 club openers are just so awful because you never get to describe your hand. South is probably wishing he could have opened diamond natural like they did at the other table. But let's take a look at what happens. North bids 1 spade, showing 5 or more spades, 8 or more high card points. 1 no trump is asking for more information. 2 clubs shows 8 to 11 and no other 5 card suit. So he could be 5-4, but he's never 5-5. South bids 2 diamonds, which is alerted as waiting. I'm not that familiar with the precision system, so I'm just kind of reading through the alerts that are going on here. And North bids 3 diamonds to show natural diamonds. And South elects to bid 3 no trump. So let's count South's hand again, 21, and North is limited to 11. North does have an absolute maximum and just a beautiful hand over there. But I think it's understandable to just play in 3 no trump. Although I think given the state of the match as South, and now that we've found a 4-4 diamond fit, I'm pretty sure I want to explore for a slam. And I don't know what systemic options South had over 3 diamonds. Maybe every bid was natural, like for example, maybe 3 hearts was natural with hearts, and 4 clubs was natural with clubs. So South may have had nothing more to do than bid 3 no trump or 4 diamonds or 5 diamonds. But I think just given the state of the match, we really should be pushing for these thin slams. Maybe the opponents will make the wrong opening lead, for example, especially when we've showed nothing about our hand on this auction. That is one of the benefits of opening a precision club, is that you don't have to give away what your hand holds during the auction. You know, dummy is going to be face up on the table before the opening lead, but declarer's hand is often very mysterious. So yeah, I really feel like South may have dropped the ball on this only because of the state of the match considerations. If it weren't for that, I do fully respect signing off in 3 no trump. I mean, 32 high card points is like very borderline for a slam. Our singleton opposite partner's 5 card spade suit does not look great, and we may have as few as 29 high card points, in which case slam is probably completely out. But being down this many imps, you know, we really want to stir things up a little bit. And I think South had a great opportunity here, especially once he found out his partner had a 4 card diamond suit over there. But okay, in 3 no trump, from West's perspective, all he's heard is that North has spades and diamonds, so I expect a heart lead. Looks like the 9. Yeah, they're playing Roost no leads. And declaring this contract, it seems can take 4 hearts and 2 clubs and 4 diamonds for 10 tricks. It's probably a little risky to take a club finesse. You know, maybe the opponent switched to the queen of spades and could potentially... No, it looks like a club finesse is still safe. We're never going down on the contract, but it probably is not worth spending a whole lot of time on. Let's just see what declarer ends up doing. He does take the club finesse, which, like I said, is safe. If the queen of spades is led, we can duck. If another high spade gets led, the 10 or the 9 at that point, we can cover, and our 8 of spades will be enough to stop the suit, so we could potentially lose the queen of clubs and 3 spade tricks, but we will never be risking our contract. Once the jack of clubs holds, declarer, I guess, is going to try and run some tricks and see what happens, but West is sitting on all of the missing cards, so he can come down to the ace of spades and a heart winner, and that will be good enough for 12 imps to Spector. Okay, so taking a look at the scorecard at the end of the segment, no progress was made by the Rosenthal team. The segment was a tie, 35-35, so they're still down 58 imps. At this point, it's about 4 imps aboard. That is pretty close to concession territory, I would say, but they do play on, so there is an 8th segment, which we will be seeing on... We'll take a look at that on Wednesday. All right, so there you have it for the late night edition of the Spector versus Rosenthal semifinal match. Spector has maintained their lead and looks to be cruising to a victory. We will follow them in their 8th and final segment in, I guess, on Wednesday of this week. So in 2 days from now, see you then.